Welcome, everybody, to Sports Fluent. I'm anthonyk. Hey, welcome, everybody. I'm anthonyk with the Sports Fluent podcast, and this is our first episode of 4 Fluent Minutes. We're going to get the facts to you quick. And this week, our special guest is Malcolm Darnley. Malcolm, how you doing?
Good, thanks, Anthony. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. So Malcolm just wrote an article, which you can find on sportsfluent.com, and it's called Touch 'em All, Johnny O. Maybe we just rewrote history. And it takes a look at Cito Gaston and the 93 Jays and what they did with their batting order and how it would have been done differently if they used the analytics that we use today. So tell me a little bit about why you decided to write this. What kind of struck you as hey, this is an important time to write this today?
Yeah, first of all, Anthony, as an old timer, any chance to revisit the 93 Jays is just fun for me. That lineup was absolutely stacked, 3 Hall of Famers on it. So a chance to dive in and check out their numbers again is always just fun. But, what got me thinking about it again this time of year was a text from a buddy of mine named Mike. When Charlie Montoyo and the Jays set out their game 1 lineup in the playoffs this year. And what we had noticed is that, according to our eyes and being a couple Jays fans, they had Gurriel and Teoscar Hernandez hitting in the 5th and 6th spot. And they had Randall Grichuk and Vladdy Guerrero hitting 3 and 4. My eyes, stats say that your 5 and 6 hitters are better than your 3 and 4. And it just got me thinking, why, if I know that, they know that, so why are they doing that? And then from there, it just got me thinking, hey, let's look back at that 93 team and how Cito had it set, and just see what the analytics say and, who really should have hit where now that we know, all this data and information.
Right. Because typically your best hitters, you want them batting 3-4 so they get more at bats, right?
Yeah, and even, I think the old school philosophy was really your best hitter, your Tony Gwynn, your Wade Boggs, your George Brett. They tended to hit in the 3-hole, and as a kid, your best hitter was always in the 3-hole. And I think analytics are pushing those guys even further up the lineup. You're seeing the Mookie Betts and the Mike Trouts bat in the 1 spot and the 2 spot. George Springer, a typical power guy in Houston, gets the bat leadoff there. So, I think what we used to do is think that, you had a certain hitter, your best hitter was 3, your home run guy was in the 4, you had a speed guy at the top of the lineup. But analytics are just making us think a little bit differently now. And it's not that, speed doesn't belong at the top, but not at the expense of a good hitter, if that makes sense.
Right. So in your opinion, because you dove deep into these analytics, is that a good thing? Or is analytics hurting the old school kind of traditional game of baseball? Or do you think, no, we're doing the right thing. It's hard for some of the traditionalists to let go?
Yeah, a great question. And, if I had the definitive answer on that, then, I'd probably get paid a lot more than I do currently.
Right.
Certainly what analytics is doing, and this is great, it's always great, is challenging us to think maybe a little bit differently. And, when I compare, the analytics from that 93 roster and look back, I'm a Cito guy. I always love Cito. Always loved the style, never want to, say a bad thing about Cito. But what jumps out to me is that you had, John Olerud was one of the greatest statistical seasons in Blue Jay history.
Please hang up and try again.